Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and that's Lily barking. And today I'm going to do a tarot and energy reading for Suzanne Simpson. She is a woman who is from Texas, and she is currently missing. Her husband, Brad Simpson, has been arrested and is being held for charges for, I think, like bodily injury. But he has not yet been charged with her murder. She is a missing person right now. The neighbor mentioned that Sunday, I think it was Sunday, October 6th is when she went missing. He mentioned that he heard fighting and that he saw them fighting and that he heard screaming in the woods. And now no one can find Suzanne. Before we get going, I also want to just mention that all of this is alleged. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, or until found guilty in a court of law. And this is just tarot, my downloads. Okay, we're not gonna harass anybody, leave any mean comments, anything like that. Okay, so we're starting off with the Ace of Cups. So this is talking about abundance. This is talking about wealth. This is talking about money. So I'm wondering if money is at the root of whatever happened to Suzanne. We have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. So she felt very restricted. She felt restricted in what she could do. She felt like she was limited. She could have felt trapped. There was something going on with Suzanne where she felt trapped. She had limited choices. She felt like she was in a very stuck situation. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands talks about perhaps a new opportunity, a new venture. So I am feeling like perhaps her or her husband, Brad, was offered recently a business opportunity to make money, something that they thought they were going to make money, an investment opportunity. And I feel like there could have been money issues, or this investment opportunity cost them a lot of money to where it created money issues. But she didn't feel like she had any choices in what was happening. These were all Brad's choices. Brad's the husband, okay? He was the one who was calling the shots. He was the one who was making the deals. She had to go along with whatever this was. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, but if you look at this card right here, it says survival is a matter of perseverance. So it's like survival is a matter of like hanging on and keeping like moving forward. Interesting. Okay, so we have this Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands talks about being defensive. This is perseverance. This is a fight. She felt like she had to defend herself. So I'm wondering if there was past abuse, whether it's physical abuse or some type of abuse, like financial abuse, emotional, some type of abuse and control. I feel like there was a lot of control. She felt like she was trapped. She felt like she was defensive. She felt like she had to go along with the whims of Brad, what Brad wanted. I feel like he definitely called the shots, and she had to go along with what he wanted. And I feel like he was becoming increasingly volatile. So I don't know if he came from money or came from like people, a line of people who were successful in business, like his family. But I feel like he felt like he had these very large expectations that he had to live up to, and he was feeling a lot of pressure, and perhaps he was not living up to those expectations. He has this wife, Suzanne. She's very successful as well. She's beautiful. They have these 4 children, and it's this having to keep up this idea of success and wealth, and he's starting to spiral. He's starting to struggle because he feels like a fraud. He doesn't feel like he can keep it going. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. So 10 of Swords reversed is all about suffering and endings and retaliation. And I feel like he got into a really bad situation, whether it was a bad financial decision that had legal repercussions, or if he got involved with the wrong people. But everything was coming crashing down, and she found out. She knew what was happening. She knew that something was happening that was either going to cost them a lot of money or have very substantial consequences. And she was calling him out for it, and he became enraged. He became enraged and was not going to hear it from her. Absolutely was not going to hear it from her. Okay, 6 of Cups. This talks about nostalgia. This talks about looking back to previous times when things were good. I think that Brad wanted to live in this fantasy land where things were as they had been. And I think that Suzanne also wanted to focus on when their relationship was better and go back to that time and really not acknowledge how bad things really, really were. She knew how bad things really were, but I think she was trying to romanticize it with this hope that maybe they could get back to where they had started from. Maybe there's some way to repair what's going on. Okay, then we have the 4 of Swords reversed. 4 of Swords reversed talks about being forced into a timeout, being forced out of commission. So I feel like this is Brad being held in jail. He's in this forced timeout. He's in this forced place where he has to just sit and be. We have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups talks about errors. It can be errors in judgment. It can be also leaving, abandoning. So right now, Brad is thinking about all of the errors that he made, all of the mistakes he made, all of the errors he made in judgment to get where he is. The story is going to end up being much bigger than just a husband and a wife getting into a fight and then him ending her life and then being, brought up on charges. This is going to be, there's so much more to this story. I almost get like Alec Murdaugh, vibes, where there's going to be a lot more underneath the surface that led to whatever has happened to Suzanne. There's so much more that goes into it. There is going to be so much stuff with Brad that is going to come out. We have the 7 of Cups reversed. So again, this is that feeling of abandonment. This is also confusion. It's being tempted. I don't think he was thinking clearly, and I'm wondering if there wasn't either extreme alcoholism or some type of drug addiction, something that led him into some type of paranoia where he was becoming paranoid of everything and everyone. Steroids keep coming to mind too. Something is going on. Something triggered. So I think that we're looking at a couple different things. I think we're looking at the situations that he got himself into financially. I think that there could be a chemical imbalance or perhaps some type of chemical abuse. I think there's the history of abuse between that he inflicted on Suzanne. And then I think the final thing, the final like what was finally like the match, right? That like lit the whole thing up was that Suzanne said something, found something, um, presented him with some kind of evidence or asked him a question that put him in a position where he could not deny the situation he was in. And he lost it. He became incredibly angry. I think that anger comes from a combination of all of those things, the environmental stress. I think he probably had experienced or witnessed a lot of abuse growing up, so that's what was modeled to him. So there was just so many things that like combined to create whatever it was that happened to Suzanne. So now let's look at what happened to Suzanne. Where is Suzanne? Because that's the thing, is she's currently missing. I think it's today as I'm filming this, is it's October 14th, so she's been missing for like what, 8 days. So let's just see if we can get some information on Suzanne, where she is, what happened to her, what information can we get? Plot twist. Plot twist. So I'm wondering if more information is going to be discovered that's going to come out soon, where it builds out this story a little bit more. Because like I said, I do think that there's a lot going on here that we don't know yet. I do think that it's going to come out. The story is going to come out and he's going to be brought to justice. I think the children saw more. The 5-year-old had mentioned that her dad had taken away her mom's phone and that they were fighting. I think that the children are going to come out with more information that's going to help them determine what happened. Change of plans. I'm wondering if he took her body somewhere and then moved it, or if he had planned to do something and then something changed his plans. There was a change of plans. Let's see here what else we can get. Power supply and gift package. Okay. So I think that there was an opportunity for him for Brad, in his mind, there was an opportunity for him to gain some kind of power, whether that be financial power or excuse me, or some type of like industry power. There was some opportunity, something that he felt was a gift being given to him that he had to take advantage of. So he got involved in this opportunity, this what he thought was a gift that was going to give him the power that he desired. That power was the power of money, opportunity. Okay, what else can we get? We have DNA. So I wonder if this was an opportunity that was presented by someone in his family, someone that he was related to. And perhaps Suzanne was against that. Perhaps she said, no, this is not a good deal. This is not a good idea. You're getting pulled into something that you shouldn't be getting pulled into. Yeah, I think that it was her. I think that this marriage, I think this is indicating that the wife, Suzanne, was saying like, I know that this is your family, but I don't think that this is something that we should get involved in. You think that this is this gift, that this is this amazing opportunity, but I think it's going to get you, it's not good. It's going to get you in trouble. It's going to lead to bad consequences. There's something going on here, because Suzanne was in real estate, and I feel like she was a very savvy woman when it came to business dealings. And I think let's see what we have here. We have money, we have lies, and we have biology, chemistry, scientific. So I think she could see behind this. She knew that, yeah, there's money coming in, but it's built on this foundation of lies. It's not okay. This is not something that we can do. This is going to come with issues. Biology, chemistry, scientific. I'm wondering if this is a combination of what Brad had going on. So, because I really am feeling like Brad had all of these different things that were impacting him. Okay, so with like chemistry, could that have been chemicals? Biology, could that have been his naturally what he was predisposed to? So I feel like with Brad, there's this combination of foreign chemical substances in his body, as well as mental illness or something, and then environmental factors, and that's what caused him to snap. He didn't want to hear it from her. I think she had been more successful than him. I think that he always felt like she was looking down on him, because I feel like his success came from his family, whereas hers was more independent, more hard won. So he always felt inferior, was always trying to prove himself to her. And I think that he finally snapped. He finally just absolutely had enough and was like, enough is enough. I want to know what happened. Okay, so we're going to take these and we're going to move these out of the way. And we are going to see if we can figure out what happened. So where is Suzanne? What happened to her? Okay. That's too many. You know what? These cards are being kind of wonky on me, so I actually want to change out my deck. And we are going to go over here to the Pull Tarot. By the way, if you are interested in these decks that I use, I have my website linked in the description box down below. If you go to my website, you can find links to all of these different decks and where you can find them. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So everything came crashing down. Everything was coming crashing down from its foundations, okay? From like the foundation of it. Brad felt like everything was just absolutely is crashing down. Okay, so Queen of Wands talks about a very confident, self-assured, down-to-earth, creative female energy, okay? Then we have the Moon reversed. When the Moon is reversed, it talks about there being confusion, things that are not being seen. It can talk about perhaps some inconsistency, things being hidden. I think this is talking about Suzanne finding secrets, finding Brad's secrets. Okay, so Suzanne found Brad's secrets. There was something he was trying to keep hidden, and she found it. So now let's see what happened once Suzanne found Brad's secrets. Okay, 8 of Wands. So there was a very fast reaction. He did not think things through. So he got the information. Okay, she knows what's going on. He tried really quickly to talk himself out of the situation, but very quickly realized that was not going to work. She was not buying it. So he had choices of what he could do. He was feeling really disoriented. He was feeling extreme emotions. He had all of these different, possibilities. He had all these different temptations, and his brain was moving really, really, really fast. King of Swords. I think he hit her. I think he struck her, and he may have struck her with something. But I think he reacted in anger, and he chose to strike her. I don't think he used a firearm. I think he struck her, and then when she went down, he realized what he did, and he panicked and knew that he needed to cover it up fast. There could have been asphyxiation. We could see that. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like this was a strike. I'm feeling like this was a panicked. How many cards do we have here? It's 3, but I'm going to go ahead and take it. Ace of Swords. I think he hit her with something. He may have used an edged weapon, but I don't think so. I think either it was an object in his hand, or it was his hand or something, but I think he struck her. Or maybe he had picked up something that was blunt, but I think that he struck her, and then his luck changed and he was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then everything changed. Party over. It became, how do I cover this up? But he knew he was postponing the inevitable. He knows he is going to go to jail. He knew he was going to go to jail. He knew that he was going to be found responsible. And part of me feels like he's like, this is it. My luck's up. Everything's going to come out. So he's being very quiet right now. But I don't know if he'll ever talk, but I do think that the story is going to come out, where we're going to start to see the paper trail of bad business decisions. We could see infidelity. I'm also wondering if there was infidelity on her side. I was kind of picking that up when I was channeling, but I'm not seeing anything in the cards that say that. Now, what I did feel was, if there was infidelity on her side, it wasn't, I don't think, what led to this. I think if there was, I think it was something that they were both having their things on the side, and neither one of them really cared about what the other person was doing. So if it does come out that she was having her things, I think it may have been well known. I don't know. We'll see about that. But I feel like it's just kind of the end of the illusion, because they had, they were this successful family in Texas. They had these, they have these 4 children. They're like the epitome of success, right? I mean, my gosh, Suzanne's like beautiful blonde. And I think that they just, it can be, people oftentimes don't do well when their entire, lifestyle is about accumulating wealth. Now, there's nothing wrong with wealth and wealth accumulation. I mean, my goodness, like, I would love to accumulate wealth, but I think that there's, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think that there's, accumulating wealth and manifesting and being abundant. And then there's like getting rich by any means necessary. And I feel like this is more of that energy. And I feel like it just finally, it became too much for Brad, and he cracked. Yeah. Okay, you guys, this is all that I have for this for today. If you like these kinds of true crime energy readings, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is a great free way for you to help my channel out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for flipping cards with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.